Hi everybody, and welcome to this oil painting demo in which I paint a hare. I'm painting this for my lovely friend Kim. It's one of her favourite animals, so I thought it'd make a good demo painting. So I'm using titanium white, yellow ochre, light red, cadmium red light, burnt umber, burnt sienna and ivory black. Because I haven't painted a hare before, I wasn't sure which paints to use, so I just grabbed the paints that I'm used to. I've got light red and burnt sienna, similar kind of colours, but the light red's got a bit more of a punch to it, so that's the only reason I put that on there. Burnt umber, well, I've got issues with burnt umber. I used to use it a lot, but it kind of likes to dry really quickly and can cause problems with your painting, and the other paints don't like mixing with it because they end up drying too quick, and if you try and mix them with the burnt umber, they start complaining. So the only way, one of the ways to kind of stop that from happening is use a bit of oil of cloves, mix a little bit into the burnt umber, and then a bit of that essential oil and all the other paints. It's a different story then. You'll want to mix with it, and they can't wait to be mixed with it. Anyway, so yeah, so that could cause a problem. But if you're just doing your painting in kind of one go or a la prima, the burnt umber should be fine. It's just if you leave your painting overnight and come back the next day, the areas where you've painted with the burnt umber will be kind of dried. Anyway, so I'm getting the paint on all of the hair and doing quick blending and giving me ideas of the areas I need to kind of put a bit more work into. So yep, so I'll just continue getting the paint on, painting the little tail there, the fluffy tail, back leg. The good thing about doing a study painting is it can kind of tell you the areas where you need to improve, and when I look back at this painting, the area that I would need to improve myself would be, I think the head's not too bad, but the fur on the body, I kind of over blended it. So if I could time travel, I'd go back in time and stop myself from blending too much. But the only issue with that is if I met a future self, there'd be it kind of cause a ripple in the space-time continuum and could create a black hole. And I quite like the village where I live, so I don't want that to happen. So anyway, so yeah, we can learn a lot from doing study paintings. So yeah, so just refining the head, trying to make it look a bit more like the fur. And some of the fur was quite dark and patchy, so that's why I'm using some of those darker paints. Yeah, I'm kind of sitting to the left as well because I have problems still with the light on the canvas, and I kind of push my camera around to my side, and then so I'm kind of leaning over painting. So by the time this painting had finished, my right arm was really tired. Yeah, we've got to suffer for our art, but I was just done with suffering at the end of this one. Just joking. Anyway, just carry on trying to get that fur texture, but like I say, I think I over blended the fur, but anyway, so I'll just keep working it. Basically what I was trying to do was trying to create a bit of form by lightening and darkening the fur areas. But yeah, I learned from the painting, so if I came to paint this again with a more sort of refined painting, I know I will have learned from this and know the areas where I need to improve and to work on. It's generally easier to paint wet into wet, so you're keeping all the paint wet and just keeping blending. The only thing you have to be careful of is that you don't kind of muddy the paints too much by keep overworking them, so you try to keep a bit of freshness in the paints as well. If I was doing this for a commission or a painting to sell, I would probably use liquid quick drying and just take my time and paint it over 2-3 days. Paint it in a different kind of way. Anyway, just working the back pores there. Oh, as well, I'd just like to say thanks to everybody who subscribed to my channel. Really appreciate that, so it means a lot to me. And thank you for everybody who gives me a like, so thank you very much for that. And thank you for everyone who's supporting me. So I've got lots of videos on Patreon, and so there'll be a link in the description below if you want to kind of watch my real-time videos and learn to paint. This painting is in real time on my Patreon channel, so if you wanted to paint along with me, you can do that. And you can ask me any questions about painting. If you're stuck on anything, you can send me pictures of your paintings, and I can give you a bit of a critique if you're struggling. Okay, the last things I'm doing is painting the whiskers. And on the other side, I probably paint them a little bit too thick on the other side. I am using a bit of odorless mineral spirits to thin the paint a little bit, just to make it flow a bit easier. Anyway, so I just kind of make the whiskers a little bit more refined there. Last thing, ding, highlight in the eye, a little bit more colour in the eye. And that's the end of the painting. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.